Advancement in today's trucks is nothing more than a polished name for outright extortion. According to J.D. Power, the number of problems per 100 vehicles has jumped by 30 points in just 2 years, the largest spike in automotive history. In 2025 alone, over 19 million trucks were recalled due to serious defects. The NHTSA recorded 1,073 recall campaigns, affecting more than 35 million vehicles, including both light-duty and heavy-duty trucks. Back in 1996, you paid $14,000 for a Ford F-150. That was pure steel, a machine that could run 300,000 miles without begging for mercy. Today, you're dropping $65,000 on a truck that could financially ruin you with repair bills before you even finish paying off the loan. So how did we end up here? Let's pop the hood and expose the engineering crimes these corporations are using to drain your wallet right now. And more importantly, let's find the smart trucks that still deserve your money. The 4 engineering crimes. We're not talking about minor flaws. We're talking about calculated decisions, baked right into the blueprint. Decisions designed to make sure your truck self-destructs the moment the warranty runs out. 1. AFM/DFM systems, a death sentence for the legendary V8. According to data from technical forums and class action lawsuits against GM, thousands of Silverado and Sierra owners have faced engine replacement bills ranging from $8,000 to $12,000, sometimes before the odometer even reaches 60,000 miles. Manufacturers call it active fuel management to save a few drops of fuel. But in reality, it works by using lightweight lifters to shut down cylinders during steady driving. The problem lies in the tiny oil passages inside those lifters. They're so small that even a bit of sludge or heat-degraded oil can cause the internal locking pins to seize instantly. When a lifter gets stuck in the collapsed position, it creates excessive clearance. Every time the camshaft rotates, it slams into the lifter like a sledgehammer, crushing the cam lobe. The result? The hardened surface of the cam lobe is destroyed, producing billions of microscopic metal particles. These particles travel through the oil system, tearing through everything in their path, from crankshaft bearings to the delicate turbocharger. The final outcome? That mighty V8 engine is reduced to scrap metal from the inside out. And it doesn't stop there. Cylinder deactivation creates brutal thermal imbalance. When 4 cylinders shut down, they cool rapidly, while the other 4 keep burning at full operating temperature. That uneven expansion and contraction puts extreme stress on the engine block. Cracked blocks, blown head gaskets. Not bad luck, built-in failure. And over at Ram, the Hemi isn't immune either. You've probably heard of the Hemi tick, that ticking sound. It's not harmless. It's the sound of lifter bearings seizing from poor oil delivery, a direct result of flawed oiling design. When that bearing locks up, the lifter stops rolling on the camshaft. Instead, it drags, or worse, it grinds into the camshaft like a blade cutting into soft flesh. That's not wear and tear. That's not bad maintenance. That is engineering betrayal by design. 10-speed transmission, a dance of self-destruction. 10 gears crammed into a space that once held only 4 or 6. Engineers from the Ford GM alliance pushed a numbers race, but they forgot a basic rule. The more parts you add, the more things can fail. The cost to replace a 10R80 transmission today exceeds $10,000, and it often fails right after you finish paying off the truck. In the legendary 4-speed 4L80E, the planetary gears and clutch packs were thick, solid, and built to last. But in a 10-speed, the clutch plates are paper-thin, and the gears are much smaller. It requires multiple clutch packs to overlap with split-second precision. To control this fragile system, the computer must perform a highly complex operation known as clutch-to-clutch shifting. It only takes a split-second error, just a fraction of a millisecond, in the opening and closing of the electronic solenoids, caused by incorrect oil pressure, for 2 gears to engage at the same time. That's why many F-150 owners complain about harsh jolts that feel like being rear-ended by another truck. Or worse, the transmission suddenly dropping back into first gear while cruising at highway speed. The most common mechanical failure is a bushing inside the main transmission assembly that shifts out of place over time, blocking fluid passages and burning up the entire clutch pack within minutes. But the betrayal doesn't stop at the drivetrain. Manufacturers are quietly replacing some of the most durable materials with the same kind of stuff we used to see in children's toys. Plasticization in the aluminum body trap. The repair cost gap between a modern aluminum body truck and a traditional steel body truck can reach up to 45%. When Ford announced the shift to military-grade aluminum for the F-150, they sold you a story. Lighter weight, better fuel economy. But here's what they didn't tell you. Aluminum does not behave like steel. When a steel panel gets dented, a skilled mechanic can take a hammer and dolly and shape it back into place. Simple, affordable. But aluminum? It's brittle. It tears under stress. Repairing it requires specialized welding equipment and a completely isolated workspace to prevent metal contamination. So instead of a few $100 repair, you're forced to replace the entire panel at dealership prices that cut like a knife. That's how they lock you into their service system for life. But the real crime is hiding under the hood. A quiet invasion of cheap plastic and polymers. Look at trucks from 30 years ago. The intake manifold, the oil pan, the cooling system lines, all cast in aluminum or iron, built to take punishment, built to last decades. Now, they've been replaced with composite plastic under the excuse of weight reduction. Here's the truth. Plastic ages under heat. Modern engines, especially turbocharged ones, run at extreme temperatures. That heat turns plastic brittle, like a dry cracker. After just 5 to 7 years, the bolt points on a plastic intake manifold begin to fatigue and crack. That leads to air leaks, rough idle, engine misfires, and it gets worse. One harsh heat cycle, or one hard bump on the road, and those plastic connectors can snap instantly. In a split second, your engine loses all its coolant. And if you don't catch the temperature gauge in time, that engine, worth tens of thousands of dollars, will overheat, warp, and destroy itself within minutes. And they didn't stop there. Some manufacturers have gone as far as making oil pans out of plastic. Think about that. You hit a rough road, a rock kicks up. Something that used to leave a small dent in a steel oil pan now shatters it. Your engine oil spills out onto the road in seconds. And if you don't shut it down immediately, your engine seizes, locked solid. They are using materials that belong in children's toys to build components responsible for keeping a 6,000-pound machine alive. This isn't innovation. This is moral decay in engineering. They are selling you a disposable truck at the price of a lifetime investment. The invasion of chips and the repair lockout. The NHTSA recorded 1,073 recall campaigns in the past year. And most of them? They weren't mechanical failures. They were software glitches and electronic system breakdowns. Modern trucks like the latest Ram 1500 are no longer work tools. They are rolling smart devices loaded with bugs. According to a 2024 AutoCare survey, 51% of independent repair shops have to send vehicles back to dealerships every month, simply because they can't access the data. And over 63% report frequent struggles just to perform basic repairs. This isn't an accident. Manufacturers are deliberately designing these systems so you cannot fix your own truck. Everything is locked down, from tire pressure sensors to brake control modules, encrypted, sealed, off limits. Even if you're a skilled mechanic, even if you can physically replace the part, the truck still won't run. Not until you take it to the dealership, plug it into their system, connect to their servers, and pay a brutal activation fee. They are turning independent mechanics and hands-on owners into outsiders, locked out of the machines they own. And those giant touchscreen displays on your dashboard? They're not there to serve you. They are data harvesters. And worse, they are a single point of failure. All it takes is one faulty chip or one bad line of code, and your 6,000-pound truck becomes a useless block of metal. They have replaced the reliability of pure mechanical systems with the fragility of cheap semiconductor boards, mass-produced, disposable, And when these four engineering crimes come together, a fragile mechanical system controlled by lock software, built with cheaper materials than ever before, the result is exactly what we see today. The most expensive trucks in history and the least durable. And that's why the real mechanics, the ones who actually understand machines, are walking away. The smart money trucks. When pure mechanics take back control. While 2025 trucks are struggling just to leave the dealership lot without throwing a software error, there are still machines out there built with one priority: durability. These are the smart money choices, where you don't just spend money, you buy peace of mind. 1. Toyota Tundra, 2007 to 2021. The last fortress of reliability. The second-generation Tundra, powered by the 5.7-liter V8 3UR-FE, sets the gold standard for reliability in the 21st century. And it's a mechanical masterpiece for one simple reason. It doesn't have cylinder deactivation, no AFM, no VCM. All 8 cylinders fire together, all the time. That means consistent pressure, consistent temperature, and zero thermal imbalance. No uneven expansion, no cracked blocks, no blown head gaskets. Problems that plague modern engines simply don't exist here. The real genius of the Tundra lies in its port fuel injection system. Fuel is sprayed right before the intake valves, acting like a constant cleaning agent, keeping those valves spotless. Now compare that to modern direct injection, GDI engines. After just 50,000 miles, carbon buildup coats the intake valves because no fuel ever flows over them to clean them. And instead of using cheap rubber timing belts, the 3UR-FE runs a heavy-duty dual timing chain, built to last the life of the engine. No scheduled replacement, no ticking time bomb. On top of that, the oil cooling system and radiator are overbuilt, designed with excess capacity so you can tow heavy loads day after day without cooking the oil or stressing the engine. This is a truck for a man who wants to buy once and drive it all the way into retirement. 2. Ford F-150 with the 6.2-liter V8 Boss or 5.0-liter Coyote Gen 1 and 2. Before Ford became obsessed with fragile turbochargers on the EcoBoost lineup, they built the 6.2-liter V8 Boss. This thing is a tank, a true workhorse engine. With a single overhead cam design, it has far fewer moving parts than its competitors. And in the mechanical world, fewer parts means fewer things to break. This engine was originally designed for the heavy-duty, Super Duty trucks. So when you drop it into an F-150 chassis, it doesn't struggle, it doesn't strain. It operates effortlessly because it's overbuilt for the job. One of its standout features is the dual ignition system. 2 spark plugs per cylinder. That means more complete combustion, and more importantly, it suppresses detonation. That violent, uncontrolled explosion inside the cylinder that can destroy piston tops. This system keeps it under control, protecting the heart of the engine from catastrophic damage. Now, if you want something a bit more flexible, look for an F-150 with the early 5.0-liter Coyote, 2011 to 2017. This engine uses a solid aluminum block with reinforced ribbing, built to handle high pressure without warping, strong, stable, reliable under load. These are among the last Ford engines that still carry the DNA of a true work truck, before everything started turning into plastic in software. 3. Chevrolet Silverado, pre-2014, the golden age of the LS engine. Alongside that comes the 4L60E or 4L80E transmission with only 4 gears. It may not be as smooth as a 10-speed, but its gears and clutch packs are large and thick. It doesn't have to shift constantly, which reduces friction and heat. This is the kind of truck you can actually repair yourself at home. Owning a durable machine is only half the battle. The other half lies in how you deal with the manufacturer's maintenance tricks to keep your vehicle running strong. In this list of smart money durable vehicles, do any of them sit in your garage? Which model would you never sell, no matter the price? Don't forget to share your own personal legend. Advice for drivers: take back control. If you abandon the mindset that newer is always better and return to basic mechanical principles, you can avoid up to 90% of common vehicle failures. Corporations want you distracted by giant touchscreen displays. But no, a real truck is defined by the thickness of its clutch packs and the heat tolerance of its engine block, not the size of the iPad bolted to the dashboard. First and most important, hold on to pure mechanical values. If you are forced to buy new, choose the most basic work truck configuration. Look for naturally aspirated engines, no turbochargers, no AFM, no DFM, and stay away from 10-speed transmissions unless you truly need them for heavy towing. Less electronics means fewer failure points. Second, target what I call the golden window, roughly 2007 to 2017. This is when manufacturers had already added modern safety features. Airbags, ABS, but still kept bulletproof engine designs, aluminum intake manifolds, cast iron blocks, real materials. A properly maintained 2006 Silverado or a 2015 Tundra will deliver far more real-world value than a 2026 truck sitting at the dealership waiting for a software update. Finally, take back your right to maintain your own machine. Change your oil every 5,000 miles, not 10,000 like they recommend, because engine oil is blood, and those fragile variable lifters will not forgive dirty oil. Not once. Don't let these companies convince you that you're not qualified to touch your own truck, because the moment you believe that, you've already lost control. The world is changing. The values of durability and practicality are being replaced by short-term flash and distraction. But you're not alone. If you still believe in the strength of steel, in the reliability of a pure V8 engine, and in your right to work on your own machine, then this channel is built for you. Don't let yourself become prey in their game. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications below, so we can keep exposing the tricks these corporations use and keep finding the machines that are actually worth your money.